Hello everyone, this is Clary from Shadow Moon Tarot. Welcome back to my channel. To begin with, I would like to explain why I haven't posted the August plan with me. And as I have said before, in July we moved house, so that was an exciting thing, but at the same time the move together with work kind of took all my energy, so I planned my August layout quite late in the month, and I had in mind to post the video in the first week or the second week of August, like a bit late, but still. However, and I have this thing that I have high and low moods, and I don't want to say that I suffer from depression, although it is likely. But when I'm on a low, I really struggled to get things done. And the thing is that in August we had a really big setback, and what happened was that we had to go to the hospital for some health test because my partner wasn't feeling great, and we have been back and forth to the doctors for like 2 years now, and they couldn't find anything. But he had a small operation in the end of July, and we had that appointment in August for the biopsy results, and unfortunately the results were not good, and he was diagnosed with a rare type of cancer, and that obviously affected everything, and therefore I wasn't in the mood to make videos or anything, and therefore I didn't post anything, and I apologize for that, but life is life. So now I'm back. My camera doesn't want to focus, and this is gonna be a quick video showing you my September layout. For the most part, I kept the structure same as the previous months because I have found that this works for me. And for this month I used mostly photographs from Pinterest and just handwriting because I wanted it to be quick and also pleasant to the eye, but not too time consuming because I wasn't in the mood to actually draw or whatever. So the first 2-page spread is the calendar, so here I can write appointments, my work timetable, or tarot daily draws if I do any, because I have to admit that the last couple of months I wasn't very consistent with that either. And here I have the phases of the moon, and what I do every month, I get the Moon Oracle deck and I write down the main phases of the moon, and then I take the keywords that correspond to these particular moons and I write them down, and that gives me a brief idea of the energy of the month. Then here I will write the tarot card of the month from my yearly spread, and also in September I will draw a card and I will add this, so I will have 2 tarot cards. One will give me the focus and the other will give me the energy of the month. Here I will draw a card from my crystal deck, and one from my plant deck, and one from an animal deck. And altogether this will give me an idea of what is the energy of the month for me, and maybe what sort of energy I need to apply in order to manifest things. Then on the next page, this is going to be my September goals. Obviously I will divide the page into categories like personal, business, financial, whatever, and I'll write the goals for the month. Here I have the gratitude log where each block is for one day, so I will write one thing that I am grateful for that day. And this is a nice thing when you feel low, you can go back and say, oh, at least, that's good, that's good, that's good. Here I will write my monthly favorites, my drink, food, and I have noticed that lately I really enjoy that, because quite often we take for granted that we like certain things and that like we drink certain things, yet over time I have found that the tastes change, and therefore like our habits, our eating habits and our drinking habits may change as well. And it's interesting to see these changes written down, because we tend to forget. Then a place that I may have visited this month, my favorite memory of the month, then things I watch either on YouTube or movies or whatever, my favorite tarot deck for the month, my favorite oracle deck for the month, and my favorite books or articles or whatever I've read during the month. Then I'm going to my budget spread, keep it like simple. It's the date, the description and the amount, and here I have a column where I use symbols for like necessities or for hobbies or for things for the house, so I can more easily track things when I'm looking back and I'm trying to find something. Then I thought this is kind of new. Here is my habit tracker. I have another tracker that I track every week, but this is my monthly tracker, and it's things like work, how often I work, no spend, YouTube and Instagram post, fiction reading, non-fiction reading, my Spanish study, because I studied some Spanish when I was at the university, and when you don't use a language you tend to forget. So now I use Duolingo once or twice a week or something for a few minutes. Just I'm doing a few tests, and so I track how often I do, so that I just keep in touch with the language. I'm not like making a huge effort to learn a new language. It's just I'm trying to keep in touch with what I already know and maybe learn something new, but like on a relaxed basis. And last, I have how often I do housework, because again, like I said, when I'm on a low I struggle, so I try to motivate myself to do more housework. And here it will be an update for my depth year. As I have said before, and I'm planning on doing a depth year update video, but I don't know if it's gonna happen depending on the circumstances and what time we will have available and all the rest of it. But anyway, here I decided for myself to write a few things, like my thoughts about the depth year during the month, my struggles, my wins, and like things that lessons that I learned doing that depth year. Then I have, this is a new thing, it's one line a day, where every day I will write something that will help me remember like the average mood of the day, or the main thing of the day, the main theme of the day, something like that. And I did that in August as well, and I have to say that I found it really enjoyable and useful, because quite often we forget what the day was like. So and also I don't want to have to write a lot. I don't have like here I track the week, but I don't track the day. If I have something specific to write on a day, I will just use a page and write, but I don't want to have to journal every day, because that can make me feel pressured, and in the long term it doesn't work for me. But having to write just a line, then it feels less compelling and more enjoyable, and I find that it works for me. And here I have reflections of the month. Based on that, or based on the day-to-day basis, I can write a few things to sum up my whole month and what I felt that I accomplished, or where I struggled, or what was the overall theme of the month. Then here I have a page and a half for moon working, and I'm planning on doing like a new moon spread and a full moon spread. New moon for intentions, full moon for reflection. And here I'm gonna write the decks that I have used during the month. I quite like this idea of using that brown paper, craft paper, so that because normally I don't use as many as to use the whole page, so I thought that will make it look more interesting and also will give me more space to write about my spread. And now we go to the weekly spread. Here I'm gonna write my weekly goals, like a few 3-4 goals, the main things. Here I'm gonna write what I need to do during the week that are not day specific, and obviously under the day I can write like appointments or like to-do lists, or even if there is space I may write like something that happened on the day, something similar to that, but like some extra space to write, unless I have too much to write. And then I can the good thing about having a bullet journal is that you are not what's the word I'm looking for, restricted. You can go back and just pick a page and just write, and then in the front where is the where's the log, I can write, oh, that's that on page X. So yeah, and here I have a very small tracker where I have the days, and then I have one row for my mood and one row from productivity, and I do smiley faces for how well or bad my mood was, and then I write L for low, M for medium, and H for high, depending on how I value my productivity for the day. And last but not least, I have my meal tracker. So because I'm still trying to get into eating healthier, I haven't really done very well lately, because when my mood is not great I tend to be all over the place, and I tend to go to comfort eating, which is not great, but yeah. So this is for me to track what I'm eating, and here is my self-care tracker where I see if I brush my teeth, my facial care, nails, shower, exercise, hydration, hours of sleep, meditation, healthy eating, time in nature, gratitude, and makeup, or whatever else you want to track. Here, because I am into reading, and I found that since I started reading, it really helps me like relax more, and it affects my mood positively. So I try to read a few pages a day at least, and here I write how many pages I read every day, and I find this really motivating. And then here I keep track of my body weight at the beginning and the end of the week. And here is my weekly reflection. Again, because I don't journal every day, sometimes at the end of the week it might be a good thing to go back and think, oh, what have I accomplished this week, and where have I struggled? And here is for reflection and for suggestions for next week or whatever. And I found that with the weekly reflections, when I go back to do my monthly reflection, I have a reference point, and it helps me remember things which otherwise I wouldn't have. Um, and this is not like a huge journaling task, so it's not stressful for me. Um, and also I like putting like small pictures because it kind of makes my mood to see pictures. It's meditative sometimes as well. So yeah, basically that was it. I hope you liked it. I hope you got motivated, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful new month. Much love. Bye.